This is the Jack Wolf Knives Gateway Barlow. And as the name Gateway Barlow implies, this is a knife to get you through the door into the Jack Wolf Knives lineup. There are now 4 different lines of knives, from premium down to this, which is their high value line. You might say budget, but it's not a budget knife. It is so well done. It's not something you would think of as a budget knife. But at $70, and by comparison to the premium line of Jack Wolf knives, I guess we can call it that. This is a beautiful Barlow. I've been carrying this for about a month and a half now. This video is coming a little bit late and on the heels of some other videos, but I've been carrying it ever since I got it, and really it's been dominating my pocket space, my slip joint pocket space. This and another new Jack Wolf that I'll be showing off in a different video. But as I mentioned, four lines of knives from Jack Wolf Knives. The premium line, JW Collab, where they are collaborating with other knife makers and designers. And then there's the Steel series, which is the Midland series. And then this, which is the least expensive. At $70, this knife is a steal. So it is a quote unquote budget Jack Wolf Knives knife, but it's got all of the fit and finish, and, well, maybe not all the finish, but it's got all of the perfect fit and design and high quality that you get from the premium line. It's just that a few things have changed here. The construction, it is pinned construction, unlike all the other Jack Wolf knives that are screw construction, so you can take those apart. This one uses steel bolsters and liners instead of titanium. And then instead of a full height hollow ground S90V blade, this is a full flat ground 14C28N blade. A great blade steel. So many great knives coming out in 14C28N that it kind of makes sense to go this way, especially if you're going to be charging a lot less for the knife. Another thing that brings this knife within reach is the packaging. Instead of the aluminum tube that you get with the premium Jack Wolf knife with the 2 stickers and the cleaning cloth and the leather slip and the pog, you get that whole opening experience. Here you get a regular box. You still get the awesome artwork, and here you can see the Jack Wolf here going through the gate, reaching out for the Jack Wolf knives there. Let's see, there's the box, and then it just has a simple foam cutout. No stickers, no extra stuff in here, and I'm sure for a lot of people that's just fine, and honestly for me that's just fine. I love getting the premium Jack Wolf knives in the mail and opening them up and looking through all of the stuff that comes with it, but really when it comes down to it, what I really want is the knife. And this knife is awesome. So most slip joint guys will appreciate this. You got a fully flattened out spring at the half stop. Very crisp action, or walk and talk as they say. Let's see, it's about 7.5 coming out on my totally arbitrary scale of slip joint action. And it's got a machine satin, so it's not too bad with fingerprints. You know, it'll fingerprint up like anything else, considering you're pinching it open. But you do have a machine ground slot there for opening it up instead of a nail nick. And then you've got this beautiful clip point blade with swedge. Comes razor sharp, very, very sharp, and I think it's a really beautiful clip point design. And like a lot of traditional clip point designs, the straight cutting edge angles down a little bit to that belly. You've got a center line point, making this an easy clip point blade to use that tip for utility cuts and that kind of thing. So really well thought out here. Large sharpening notch, so you could sharpen this thing pretty much all the way to the apex of that notch and still have a sharp blade. A reason why a lot of these old time style clip point blades have that downward descending straight edge is because the belly is where you're cutting the most. This is where it's going to wear down the most. this is where you're going to sharpen the most, and eventually you'll sharpen some of that belly out, but you'll still have a clip point shaped blade. Awesome action on this, really. Okay, this does not come with a leather slip, but I have been using other Jack Wolf knives, leather slips, and a generic one that I have. So here's the handle. You have a 1/3 bolster, which makes this a Barlow. 1/3 of the length of the handle is bolster. That is an old convention for Barlow knives. It makes the knife stiffer this way, left to right, gives you less wobble and rock left to right, and that was because Barlows were working man's knives, and they had to be as strong as they possibly could. So this extra bit of meat on the bolster helped accomplish that. You can see that spring. It looks like one piece. I love the way that looks, and it feels really good too. It just looks like one solid piece of metal all the way across. And then this one has rosewood, beautiful rosewood scales. I love rosewood. It's a wood you see oftentimes on the fretboards of guitars, and it's just beautiful here. When Jack Wolf knives first started, they were only synthetic materials for the handles, like micarta and carbon fibers. But as they widened out the cover materials, they moved into natural materials like wood and bone, and I'm really happy they did. I like / love all of the natural materials you can get on a slip joint. To me, they just read as more old-timey and warm, bone and wood. Here, this one has a shield, which is interesting because oftentimes Barlows, because they have such large bolsters, don't include shields. And I think the shield looks really nice on this knife. Ordinarily, I don't know if I would go for it, but when I first got this, I noted the shield. It didn't stick in my craw at all, and then a little while later, it occurred to me, wait a second, Barlows usually don't have a shield, and I just think it looks cool. I like it. The shield, you can just barely feel a difference in the material. All of the hafting between materials like this steel bolster and this wood cover is really, really well done. Everything's really, really hafted well and flat. So this is what I was talking about getting the same sort of fit that you get on the premium line. Everything fits up really, really beautifully. Now the finish is a little different, and that's why these cost less. There's less finishing going into them in terms of the finish. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Here's a Big Bro Jack. It's also a Barlow style clip point blade. This one has bone. This is from the premium line. This bolster and this bolster and this liner, and the same on this side, are all one piece. So they call that integral bolster and liner. Triple fluted. So there's a lot more work that goes into making a knife like this in terms of making this integral. And then you've got the bone all perfectly matched up and polished up. And then you have this beautiful S90V blade. S90V is a much harder steel than the 14C28N, so it takes more machine time. This is also fully hollow ground and then horizontally rubbed, hand rubbed. So the blade goes through a number of different finishing processes, but you get basically the same fit up. It all fits really well. These two are beautiful. Look at them together. Very similar. If you like the Big Bro Jack, you're gonna love this Gateway Barlow. Here it is with the Big Bro flipper here. So this is a really nice titanium bolster lock. You've got that beautiful purple bronzed clip and astounding action, really, really nice action. This is actually called the Primo, not the Big Bro flipper. This is the Primo, like cousin. So let me put this down here. So, yeah, this has been getting carry all summer long. It's also a knife that you don't have to feel too bad about. I don't want to say banging around, but I mean, this has been in my pocket oftentimes without a slip. And the only reason I've started carrying and using a slip is that I don't like when it drops sideways in the bottom of my pocket. It's uncomfortable. So I like it always to ride north to south. It's easier to do that in a slip, but because it's not the super fancy materials, I'm not as concerned about, I'm not as precious with it, let me say. So a great user knife. It's very, very sharp and pretty darn robust build here. So I highly recommend it. $70, you can't beat it. And it came in an abalone. I know that's sold out so far. Also a carbon fiber and a green micarta, canvas micarta, along with this wood. So here it is, Gateway Barlow, Jack Wolf Knives. Thanks for watching.